Mpumalanga Premier Refilwe Mtshweni-Tsipane expected to announce measures to strengthen the Executive Council in order to improve efficiency of the work of government. Let's listen in.
With the local sphere of government. I have also made a decision to appoint the acting MEC Busi Shiba to the portfolio of Agriculture, Rural Development, Land and Environmental Affairs. MEC Shiba has excelled in managing the portfolios of Kokta and Dadlia for the last 8 months. MEC Shiba's strategic oversight has strengthened the stability of the department, the stability of the agricultural sector, which is the key component of the Mpumalanga economic recovery and reconstruction plan, is of paramount importance in order to ensure food security for the province and the nation. During her tenure, MEC Shiba has also championed the integration of women-owned enterprises in our agricultural value chain system. I wish to thank MEC Shiba for valiantly overseeing the successful functioning of 2 departments during difficult period. Ladies and gentlemen of media, as I have indicated earlier, the changes I have effected to the composition of the Executive Council will improve the delivery of services and ultimately deepen the confidence of the masses of our people in their elected representatives and ultimately their government, which will then ultimately be the government that is co-governed with the communities, government that will be able to reflect the face of our communities. Having said that, I want to take this opportunity once more for making yourself available to receive this briefing on behalf of the community of Mpumalanga. I thank you so much. If there are questions, we are ready to take them. Babu, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier. Also to the Honorable MECs who are joining us this morning. And once again, thanks to the media houses that have come to join us on this day. Of course, it's a mammoth task that we will be facing moving forward. Without much waste of time, let's see if there are some questions from the media representatives. And you'll do that by show of your hands. And straight after that, then you'll also indicate the name of your good selves and also the media house that you're representing. Oh, for the first time, we don't have questions, Honorable Premier. and we know what his question will be. Okay, Mandel will be the first one. Is there any other question from the other colleagues? None. Okay, you go, Amanda.
Amanda, just to check, in these changes that the filling of the department, have you checked into performance of the other departments, the likes of public works, including its own the COPTA that you are putting in the one. We've got problems in the municipalities. Performance-wise, is Ms. Shiba playing the most because she performed better in COPTA because she's been the justice chairman.
Right, thank you very much. Perhaps you can add another question, if any. In the absence of any, then that will probably be the last question. Over to you, Honorable Premier.
Well, certainly from time to time, we will do an assessment of and take stock of the work that has been done throughout the respective department. And of course, that would be in line with the mandate that we are carrying from the organization that we are serving, which is quite explicit in terms of the implementable and the deliverables, which will then inform the program of government in a strategic medium-term strategic framework, which will be implemented by respective department. And therefore, the role of MECs in that regard is to make sure that they oversee and ensure the implementation of government priorities and objectives as set out in their respective strategic medium-term objectives and on annual, which will then be broken down on annual basis. And therefore, they've got a mammoth task of overseeing that. And over and above that, what is expected of them? How are the finances of respective department being spent? Are they being spent prudently in line with the priorities as set out within the APPs and the 5-year plan of the departments? And there are measures and tools that we've put in place to make sure that there's constant monitoring almost on a monthly basis through the IYMs to make sure that the expenditure is in line with the priorities. So those are amongst the issues, amongst the other things that we will be looking at in ensuring that indeed government is moving towards a right direction. Yes, we have looked at the performance of all the respective MECs accordingly. Now, coming back to the issue of Mshweni having been moved, obviously, I have said it mouthfully. Has excelled. She's one of the best MECs that I have. I must acknowledge that. I've got full confidence and trust in her, how she executes herself, her stature, you know, it speaks volume, and the level of commitment in which she has in her work. So it goes without saying that if there is an opportunity being given, you know, when I ask her, I want her for cooperative governance matters, she's available. When I ask her for DADLA-related issues, she will be available. She won't say at no point within these 8 months where she said, hey, but I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this because I'm, you know, those are men and women, the caliber that you are looking at to work with, that you'll always be looking forward to do that. Hence, in my view, she has done exceptionally well in executing both departments that she was leading. She has never been an absent MEC. Anywhere you want her, everywhere, she is available. And therefore, we appreciate and we commend that there are initiatives as well that she even came with in the Department of DADLA within the short space of time when she was in there. So we really commend such efforts, and unfortunately, they can't go unnoticed. And therefore, of course, having moved her in Cocta, we would still have loved her because she was doing exceptionally well even in Cocta. But understanding the strength of MEC, or not yet, Ubaba Ndlovu, I've worked with him, and you know, in his capacity outside the government then, and I'm happy that his insight, things that I used to share with him and discuss, hey, valalang, valalana, in, he will see them alive. Hence, when I looked, and then I could not look anywhere further than where I know very well that he has taken keen interest. He has always been on the sideline, a participant in those processes. For me, therefore, taking him towards the truth, I know that I won't battle because of he's always been indebted with the issues as they are contained in that sphere of government. Therefore, it would be much more easier for us to steer the ship towards the right direction. So he is quite well vested with the issues that he's seized with within the local sphere of government, and hence the rationale behind our appointment, my appointment.
Well, thank you very much. Is it a follow-up question?
Yeah. Just to say, is your boss political and his boss administrative? Are you going to be able to balance the relationship?
Well, I'm the boss here. And he is an MEC deployed to execute the work of government in that. He reports to me, yes. And elsewhere, we work together. He is the boss, and I'm also equally liable to report on certain matters. But as I'm saying, from where I am, I'm very much comfortable and relaxed because we've been doing this, and you know, it's not a stranger. He's no stranger to me. There's nothing that I know he doesn't know. There's nothing that he knows I don't know. The relationship has always been very good up to this far. So to me, I'm not bothered by anything. There'll never be a level whereby someone feels like he's a boss to somebody else. What enjoins us the most is to make sure that we better the lives of the people of Mpumalanga. That is what preoccupies our minds, and that has always been a pre-objective, a major objective that we always sought to achieve. And I'm very happy that today he is here, so that whatever we have started together, we must see the race together, finish the race together. So it's just, to me, it's just business as usual. So it's very much easier and very comforting. There's nothing amiss, not at all.
Well, thank you very much, Honorable Premier. I think that changes the script. I don't know what was the script before. The script. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I see we don't have further questions. May I take this opportunity to appreciate your contributions and also the inputs that you have made in terms of your questions. I think the next step now will be guided by the Premier as to what then do we do. You know, after the presentation by the Premier, then there will be another step, but it's for the Premier then to guide us. Over to you, Honorable Premier.
No, thank you very much. If we don't have any further questions, we will be taking Ubaba Ndlovu for a swearing in just now. The Judge President is already here. And yes, if you want to witness that moment, you are more than welcome to do so. And I will now be inviting Judge President to take over the proceedings from here. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
You can see,
Yeah.
you go. Go. Okay. George?
Well, there you have it, the Premier of Mpumalanga, Refilwe Mtshweni-Tsipane, effecting those changes that Tumelo was mooting earlier on in the morning. Of course, we'll talk to Tumelo just to find out about what the meaning of these changes are.